wind trying to pick up on me a little bit. Need to stabilize my tripod. Give me just one moment. Let's tying the tripod off. Let's just stop moving here in just a second, folks. Alright. See a bloody thing. Whew, that is bright, huh? Get through this gauntlet of trees here. It is so hot out here today. I am just drifting along, taking my time. Hey, how are you this evening? Welcome to the live paddle stream. I missed your birthday party. I still apologize. Happy belated birthday. I fell asleep like a big dog. I ain't been able to stay up all night since the last time I went kayaking. It's a real good sleep. It's a real good sleeper agent. You get out here and paddle a few miles, you'll sleep real good. Enough of my ugly mug. Enjoy this beautiful evening. It's about 1,000 degrees. I just got dropped off about an hour ago. But oh, it's today. Well, happy birthday. So is that for your channel or for you? I was confused. Now I see the shoreline up closer. I'm afraid I'll lose my signal if I take you closer to the shoreline. I'm hoping to get around this corner and catch some deer. So once I get around this point up here, I might try to be quiet, but that never really works out too well. Yeah. Pixelated. Oh no. Let me move out to deeper water. I get around this corner, I should have a better signal. But it's a big no-no of being by myself and being this far from land. Anything for a signal, right? Awesome. I'm going to be out here. I might pop in and say hi a couple times and see what's up in the chat. But I've got plenty of battery. The Mind, hello, how are you guys? I love it when you guys show up. You guys are good supporters, aren't you? I like that. Most of the people in my circle don't really understand what I mean when I tell them I'm going live on YouTube. They don't understand. It is peaceful. How's that on the signal? You say getting better? Good. So now I'm just a little bit further from the shoreline, but that's okay. I've got a light load. Yeah, it is peaceful. I'm probably the noisiest thing out here right now next to the woodpeckers. Got the sun popping real good behind me. We'll get some good shots of that here in a little bit. But I ain't trying to stare in that direction. Oh, I just got dropped off about an hour ago. I'm doing a very rare quickie overnight trip. I've got a hotel reserved for tomorrow. And so this is kind of my last preliminary trip. The next time I go out in my boat, it's going to be at a different lake. And it was just so dang hot. And I've been sitting around that shed just trying to survive and play music and get by and save money. Saving money to get my own spot. But so I had a hotel for tomorrow. And I thought, well, shoot, man, I might as well go kayak and get all dirty and sweaty and nasty, and then I'll have a nice bathroom to come back to. So, yeah. What does that say? Oops, I missed it. Yeah, I enjoy this about anything else most in life. I could stay out in this kayak. I could paddle for days and days. I just need a few hours of sleep. I bought myself in one of those inflatable neck pillows so I can sleep in my boat. You know, I don't mess around on land. I don't like to trash. Seem bad again? All right. Cool. I appreciate that because I can't see my phone screen when I'm on live. Everything I do on YouTube is just a cell phone. I should invest in better equipment. I just kind of just figuring stuff out, trying to decide what I want to do. All right, how's that? The signal improve? Yeah, James, I really, I'm not going to go back out again until it's at least in the 80s or lower. This is about my upper limit at my age. I'm getting to be an old man. My dad, man, we had 55 acres of land in the South Grand River. South Grand River was our eastern border of our property. And this is in Missouri in like the jungles. It's surrounded by farmland, but 55 acres of woods with a river and a couple of ponds. And my dad would go down there to not get bit by the horse flies. He'd wear 2 pair of denim jeans, a thick rubber walking in the marsh water boots. He'd wear 2 long-sleeve shirts, and I shit you not, just to ride around on his tractor out there, he would wear a baseball hat and then a sun hat, and so everything was double layered, and he would just sit out there in the heat like it was nothing. He loved it, and he would just be, puddle, dripping sweat like crazy, and I'd just be like, man, why don't you pick me up in September, And I'm always looking for shade on the shoreline. I look at these people, they be out here at like dead up 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon with no wind, sunburnt, just fried as fried can be, like they was out in Vegas. And it don't seem to bother these lizards. I don't know how they do that. This here is an expensive sun shirt, which is why you always see me on my feed in the same shirt, because it's SPF. And I'm not really worried about skin cancer, but you keeping yourself from burning during the day. I plan on being out here all night. It's really uncomfortable when you get burned. Yeah. No, the only reason I'm out exposed right now in the sun is because it's only about a 45-minute paddle from where I got dropped off to where I was going to originally go live. And then I saw that I had a signal, so I probably clicked on a little prematurely. But we're about to round this corner. Oh, yeah, this is an exceptionally humid summer, or day at least. When I was younger, the property I told you about with my dad, when he passed away, I went down there in the summertime and I built a cabin for me and my wife to go camp at. I think I told you some of that story on your channel. But when I was building that thing, it was 104 degrees. The heat index was 114. Uh-oh, I didn't see that last. Was that my signal? Oh, good. Good. Okay, good. So the signal's better. We shouldn't have many more problems. It seems like from here down to the end of the lake, I get a pretty good signal. It's when I turn around and go, see, this is the public area that I'm heading towards, like the dam. But this heading back that way is the nature reserve, and there is no signal back there. And it's unfortunate because that's where all the animals are. There's otters and beavers and all kinds of deer back there. And there's deer along here, but not as much. There's a lot of them out there. All right, quick spin. If your eyes are sensitive, time to squint. Squint, squint, squint. And it's safe to open your eyes again. Oh, too slow on that chat. Let me... Oh, yeah, James. I got married on July 30th, 20 years ago in Vegas. But by the time we got to the limo, yeah, I feel you. That was a silly day to get married. Yeah, let me put on my nicest, dressiest long sleeve shirt in Vegas in the middle of July. What the hell, right? Oh, yeah. I've been divorced for about 3 or 4 years now. I'm getting used to it after 15 years. I never wanted it, but my life is more or less stressful, that's for sure. See, 80 in long sleeves is still pretty warm. That's what they're saying here. It's still going to be like 85 degrees at midnight tonight. So I have a super, super light load. I don't have a turtle full of food. I got a bunch of extra bottles of water. And Yeah. Man, I'll tell you what. My wife was kind of a silly old angry Mexican woman. She kept lying about everything on the divorce paper. So I was disabled, and she was trying to make it look like I was destitute and everything. And so the court made her file again. And so then she had to serve me on the same day that they started the lockdowns for COVID. And I was at my mom's house in Kansas. We used to live in Colorado. And that Kansas sheriff's deputy was just like, man, look, dude, I don't know if you watched the news already. I didn't come here to make your life hard. It was just a crazy thing. I'm carrying on about it, but beaded sleeves. Holy crap, Sandy. Well, that's why you're in such poor health now. Your clothes weighed a ton. Oh, yeah, I'm not even kidding about that, Jess. I married into a very traditional Mexican family. Her mother never spoke a word of English the whole 15 years I was married to her, except one nasty phrase. And, oh, yeah, half of her brothers and sisters, she was the youngest out of 12 kids. And she had a bunch of big old Mexican mafia brothers. They were the real deal. And little small town in nowhere, Colorado, and their gangster old dad, he was an old Mexican player from way back in the day. He was cool as shit. He'd go sit on the porch, smoke cigarettes with me, always trying to offer me a drink of, a shot of whiskey or have a beer. Or, like, nah, man, Mr. Gutierrez, we'll just smoke some cigarettes. And then, so her brothers were jealous because he thought his sons were a bunch of idiots. They were all a bunch of wannabe gangsters, acting all cool and shit. And he'd sit out there on the porch smoking cigarettes with me and be like, this one over here, he's an idiot. And he did this and he did that. And he was telling me all their brothers and sisters' secrets. And but they were a very traditional Mexican family. I mean, like really beans in the front and corn in the back and all that. They didn't speak much English. The kids did, but the parents did not. The mom, she went after my father-in-law died. She went to cash in and retire and get her Social Security, and come to find out that the whole time she was it was an illegal Social Security number. So somebody else, yeah, yeah. Do I miss it? No, not a bit. All right. So I don't know if you guys can see down at that far end. That's the dam way down there, which is the end of the lake. I'm not going to make it all the way down that far down. Oh, that's on repeat. I think my chats are just going in a circle. They're just repeating. Man, you ain't kidding. The food was good. Her mom would be making traditional tortillas at 4 o'clock in the morning for all her brothers and their dad before they went to work and stuff. And yeah, it was good. A lot of eggs, a lot of beans, a lot of salsa. Her dad would grow these peppers in his garden with chicken poop from some old lady's chicken coop down the street. And it would take an entire block of cream cheese to make one pepper with no seeds edible. I mean, these things were so, and he would just sit there and pop them in his mouth like potato chips. And his sons, they all thought they were big and bad. They were going to grab one of them and try to eat it. And he'd just laugh because they'd be running to the bathroom 5 minutes later. Maybe, and he'd knock on the table and point down. He'd have the gallon of milk in his lap hidden underneath the table, challenging his boys to eat these hot peppers. Man, it was a riot, dude. These people they were a hoot. All right. How's the signal, guys? I'm kind of getting closer to the shoreline here. Uh-oh. It might be bonked out. Let's see. Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, I was married to Laura for 15 years. It was a trip. It was a wild ride. Oh, right on, Sandy. I just appreciate you showing up and making a couple comments. I love all the support that you guys always have. Yeah. Pixely, yeah. I'll be out here in deeper water. I should have a better signal the rest of the evening. I'm not going to stay live for too much past the sun going down. But I might come back on in the dark just to show y'all what it's like along the shoreline with my headlight, because I'll be paddling in the nighttime, in the dead of night. It'll be dark as fuck out here. Wait till you see that. And then I've done a couple live streams at home, and I've got that TV in my background, and I keep getting restricted in strikes, and it's for the TV in the background, so I have to keep erasing all those videos. I can't show the TV no more on live, so hopefully I won't have none of that kind of problem out here. Oh, right. I've been on a weird schedule. I started off the beginning of summer being all about being up all night and being my night person. And then I came out here for a few days, and now I'm on that damn farmer schedule. Can't sleep in if I wanted to. Keep trying. All right, close your eyes. We're getting there. Got a really intense high pressure system locking everything in. Now I need a few minutes to adjust my eyes, but I'm gonna wipe this sweat out of my eyeballs. Oh, man. Oh yeah, that's right. There you go. For anybody that's not blind yet, there's your opportunity. Oh my goodness, that is bright. Let me switch that back around and be nice. There we go. So guys, let me know if this signal starts to fade more, because the shoreline's gonna fade away real far back into a cove, and I'm gonna stay out here about this level, but I might need to go sit in the shade for a minute or two. It's quiet. There's a boat up there, but it looks like they're just hanging out fishing. There's another boat there. Right? Yeah, I just take it when I'm out here in my boat. I get up on the shoreline and I just take a little nap in the boat, and then I wake up and I paddle. And I'll do that for a couple days, and then I'll just find a spot in a nice beach, and I'll just sleep and sleep and sleep, and then I'll get up and do it all over again. All right. Fiddling with my... I'm going to keep my voice down. I can hear the people talking from way over there. I can hear them, so I know they can hear me. All right, guys, I'm going to risk the stability of the stream here and take a moment in this shade. It's got a really tall rock wall there. Right on. I'll see you then. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate y'all being here. If I lose my signal over here, I'll come back on, but I'm going to go sit in the shade for just a minute. Right on. I'll see you then. You're welcome. Thanks for stopping by. I will. I'll see you guys later on tonight, probably. Thank you for coming by. You guys take care of yourself. Feed all those animals. That army of animals will turn on you eventually. Yeah, I'm going to stop by. I've got plenty of batteries. I'm only staying out for one night, so I got plenty of batteries to waste this evening. I just need some shade. If my signal dies, guys, I'll come right back. But a professional shade hunter has hunted down some shade. Right on. Yeah, hit the like and subscribe. Every like means a drop of water in my pants. I sit on this shoreline getting bashed by these waves. Hopefully these boats don't kick it up the water, because it's a nice little spot out of the sun. Can I get a number 1 in the chat if I've still got signal? Because I found some shade. Peace. Right on. That's a cool view behind me, actually. Oh, hey, that's what I was talking about. I got these waves coming in from those big boats over there. That's all right. I got a nice little section of shade right here I'm hunting down. So there's two kinds of kayakers. There's shade hunters and there's gunk holers. Gunk holing's when you go along the shoreline and look at every nook and cranny. Listen to this. People on this boat have some weird conversation. Ah, shade. They call me the shade hunter. Whoa. Getting tippy with the tripod. Alright, I'm going to stay live until I get past these folks. I'm going to jump to the other side of that cove. Possibly. Did I lose everybody? Whoa. time for, oh yeah, here we go. Let's see if we still get a signal back here, but we've got some wonderful shade over here. Yeah, it's crashing on the rocks right over here. That'd be awesome if we saw some deer around this corner. Some really pretty yellow wildflowers at the back of this cove. This will be one of the places I'll try to be at for sunrise tomorrow on my way back. It's a nice resting spot. I'm only about probably an hour paddle from the parking lot at this point. Do I still got a signal, guys? I'm about in the middle of this cove. I still got a signal. I'm not going to go back in there tonight. Oh, but you guys do need to see these really pretty wildflowers. They're at full maturity on this hillside. There you go. Take a quick look at wildflowers on the hillside. All right, heading back out to deeper water. I'm going further down. All right, I'm gonna head out to open water. I just don't want to be messing with these boaters here. If they take off and go skiing, all of a sudden I'll have a hell of a wake to deal with, which is fine. I'm used to that. I just don't want to get splashed right now. Welcome to the Sunset live stream. I'm going to work my way down here just a little bit further and get past these other people in this boat up here. And then, like I said earlier, once I get out and around this one big point, I'll have a really good signal. So these boaters probably think I'm coming to talk to them. They don't realize I'm just trying to stay out in deep water so I can stay live. Anything for the YouTube, right? Whoa. Alright, we're going to do a little bit of paddling here. Get this down. Watch these people probably start yelling, I don't want to be on camera. Whoops. Sorry about that. Alright guys, I'm going to shut off the live for right now. I'll come back in just a little bit. Guys, I'm going to shut the live stream down for about 5 minutes. I got some people in some boat right here. I don't want to hear them in the background. So I'm going to work further on down the lake and I'm going to come back on. I'll see you guys real soon when that sun gets just a little bit lower. Thank you so much for being here this evening.